couple of weeks ago, right here in this space, I was talking about China and the imperative for Canada to get serious and start having some of these conversations. When the two Michaels were in custody, you never really could tell what the instinct among Canadian officials was going to be. You know, were we looking to be tougher than we were, but we felt hamstrung? Were we always going to be taking the positions we were, and the Michaels were almost an unpleasant coincidence? Who knew? And I said a couple of weeks ago that now that the Michaels are home safe, even though there are still issues, I mean, there are plenty more Canadians China could black bag. I said at the very least, the release of the two Michaels will be clarifying. We should be able to start finding out how Canadians really feel and how the government really feels. I had a bit of a laugh coming back after the Thanksgiving long weekend because I unplug as much as possible over the holiday, and I come back and I'm trying to get caught up on my my reading, so I know what's happening in the world. And up on the National Post homepage, I see two stories stacked right on top of each other. One of them is that Dominic Barton, the Canadian ambassador to China, is encouraging Canadian businesses to invest, to get on board, to ride China's rising prosperity as high as they can go and make a buck. And the other article right below that is, our allies kind of looking at us and going, guys, what are you doing? Are you with us or not? I just thought, I don't know if it was a web editor being cheeky with stacking the headlines like that, or hey, maybe it was a coincidence. But I thought it was, in any case, a revealing insight into how we are not having those China conversations yet. Or perhaps maybe Ambassador Barton is signaling that indeed we have had that conversation, and that the conversation is going to be our priority with China is going to continue to be maximum investment, maximum engagement, and the hell with concerns about their human rights record, the hell with concerns about their behavior at home and abroad. Now, I mean, there have been interesting signs out of China lately, and believe me, I'm not an economic expert, so I'm not trying to draw any sweeping conclusions here, folks, but there have been interesting signs that all is not well in China. You've probably heard about the energy crunch they're facing right now, rolling blackouts, curtailed industrial production. They don't have enough energy. Demand has outstripped supply, combined with the fact that some of their large real estate conglomerates are wobbling under unsustainable debt loads. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not making any predictions here. I think the last 2 years has taught all of us don't make unnecessary predictions. But I don't know if the rising Chinese prosperity is going to be as steady and as constant as many of us might have assumed. And obviously, if it's not, well, that's going to be interesting. But China's got to worry about China. Here at home, we have to worry about our own interests here. If the ambassador is reflecting Canadian government policy, we've got a problem. If he's just doing what he does as ambassador and promoting Canadian interests in China, well, okay, that might be ill-timed, but that's one thing. But if this is the signal that we are sending to China and the world, that with the two Michaels home, our opinion is that this is an investment opportunity, well, that's a different message altogether, and that's one that all of us here in Canada should have some questions about.